Every wrestler thinks Money in the Bank is a shortcut to success because it really is. Every year, 7 superstars compete in a ladder match to win the Money in the Bank so that they can cash in that briefcase anytime they want. But some wrestlers didn't wait at all. Usually, wrestlers win Money in the Bank and wait for the right moment to cash in their briefcase. But these wrestlers went and cashed in their briefcase on the same night. So, who were those wrestlers? Let's find out. So the first person who cashed in his briefcase on the same night he won it was Kane. This was the first official Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Before this we never had an official pay-per-view. And the Money in the Bank ladder matches used to be held at WrestleMania. Anyways, Money in the Bank 2010, Kane defeated all the wrestlers and grabbed that briefcase and won the Money in the Bank match. Later that night, Rey Mysterio faced Jack Swagger for the World Heavyweight Championship. Rey Mysterio somehow managed to defeat Swagger and retain his championship. Jack Swagger attacked him after the match, but Kane came to save him. Kane ran behind Swagger and Rey Mysterio was celebrating. But then comes Kane with his briefcase. He cashed in his briefcase on the same night he won it and gave a tombstone to Rey Mysterio and won his second world championship after almost 9 years. But one of the fastest cash-ins of all time. The next fastest cash-in, or we can say the next wrestler who cashed in his Money in the Bank on the same night, it was Dean Ambrose. 2016 Money in the Bank pay-per-view was really good pay-per-view and it was won by Dean Ambrose. Now Dean Ambrose has said this before only.
What if I win the Money in the Bank contract? I cash in that same night.
And he actually did this. He won that Money in the Bank and later that night Rollins and Reigns were having a good match for the WWE Championship. Rollins defeated him and won the WWE Championship. But Ambrose music hits. Rollins were looking for Ambrose here and there, but Ambrose came from the back and hit Rollins with the briefcase. He cashed in his Money in the Bank, gave a dirty deeds to Seth Rollins to win his first WWE Championship. This was awesome, the second fastest cash-in of all time. The next person who did this was not a male wrestler, it was a female wrestler. WWE introduced the Women's Money in the Bank in 2017, but in 2018, a women's wrestler cashed in her Money in the Bank on the same night. She won it and her name is Alexa Bliss. So Alexa Bliss won the Money in the Bank in 2018. Later that night, Ronda Rousey faced Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. And during the ending of the match, Ronda Rousey was going to trap Nia Jax into her arm breaker. But Alexa Bliss came from behind and attacked Ronda with her briefcase. The match ended in disqualification. Alexa Bliss beat Ronda Rousey more and then she cashed in her Money in the Bank, gave a DDT and a Twisted Bliss to defeat Nia Jax and became the new Raw Women's Champion. The first woman to cash in her Money in the Bank on the same night. So let's move on to the next one. Who can be the next one? Shockingly, the next one is also a woman. So next year, Money in the Bank 2019, Bayley shocks the world and won the Money in the Bank. Honestly speaking, there was nobody in the match other than Bayley who were credible to win that Money in the Bank. Okay, so Bayley won it, everybody saw that coming. Later that night, Becky Lynch was going to face two opponents on the same night. She was going to defend her Raw Women's Championship against Lacey Evans and SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch was really tired. First she had a match with Lacey Evans, then immediately she had her match with Charlotte Flair. During this match, when referee was not paying attention, Lacey came and gave a right hand to Becky Lynch. Charlotte took advantage, gave a big boot to Becky and won the match. After that match, Charlotte and Lacey were beating Becky and then comes Bayley to save Becky Lynch. She saves Becky, but in that moment, she found the opportunity to cash in her Money in the Bank and she cashed in. Bayley gave an elbow drop and won the SmackDown Women's Championship. She also cashed in on the same night. Fastest cash in. Now the next person is also a woman. Women are very fast. Now the last cash in at the same night happened in 2019 and this happened in 2022. And Liv Morgan was the woman here. Now this was actually a star-studded match. There was Becky Lynch in the match, Asuka in the match. Nobody could have expected the winner. And Liv Morgan won that match and won that Money in the Bank. Later that night, Ronda Rousey faced Natalya in a submission match. Now the match was pretty average and the crowd was dead. Natalya tapped out and Ronda retained her championship, but then comes Liv Morgan to cash in her briefcase. She comes in, the match starts, Ronda gives an ankle lock but Liv Morgan reversed it into a pinfall and becomes the new champion. And after so much time, a genuine crowd reaction came. I think nobody wanted to see Ronda Rousey as a champion. That's why this happened. Anyways, and the last wrestler who cashed in his Money in the Bank on the same night he won it was Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wins the Money in the Bank 2024 and cashes in his Money in the Bank at the same night. On that night, Damian Priest took on Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then comes Drew McIntyre. He cashed in his briefcase, made that match into a triple threat match, but CM Punk came and shattered all the plans of Drew McIntyre. CM Punk attacked Drew McIntyre, he choked Drew McIntyre, he made sure that CM Punk shouldn't win that championship, and that's what happened. Damian Priest gave his finisher to Drew McIntyre and retained his championship. Punk was clapping. Now, honest opinion about this, they literally sacrificed a briefcase for this feud. Was it a good decision? A tough question, but I think yes. This was something which would ignite the feud and make this rivalry more personal. Anyways, that was all. This was all the wrestlers who cashed in the briefcase on the same night they won it. That's all I can say about this. I hope you all liked this video. Till then, see you soon.